Weapons is the latest movie from writer and director Zach Cregger. For anyone who doesn't know, Barbarian is my favourite horror movie of at least the last 10 years, if not more. So I was very excited to see this movie, and walking out of it, I had a fantastic time. I highly recommend this movie. Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for sparing your own time out to check out this video, my review and my take on Weapons. Sorry for the space over here. I'm currently going through a moving process, so please bear with me. Yeah, so writer and director Zach Cregger is back once again to bring us Weapons, an original idea that he directed and wrote. So this guy is awesome. Right, Barbarian, I absolutely love this. Now, going into Weapons, I did not expect Barbarian 2.0 because you're not going to match that movie. Hot take, maybe for some people. I know a lot of people don't like that movie. Give it a rewatch. Highly recommend it. So Weapons stars Julie Garner, Josh Brolin, Austin Abrams, and many, many more. Essentially, this tells the story of a character called Justine Grady, played by Julia Garner. She has a classroom of 18 children. 17 of those go missing, with only one person left, and that is an actor, Cary Christopher, who plays Alex. The whole community and town are reeling from this horrific event, and of course are wanting answers as to what's happened or where their children have gone. I'm going to leave it there for spoiler-free sake, because if you've not seen this movie as it's just been released in the UK and probably over in the States and other countries, I'm not going to ruin it for you. So to be completely transparent, when I walked out of Weapons, I didn't 100% get every single reference that was documented throughout the 6-act structure, however you want to say it. Again, spoiler-free. And I actually looked up on Google, including with my wife, Emma. So we saw this together, and we put on a few explain videos, we put on a few kind of questions, and we kind of talked to each other a little bit about some of the imagery and the symbolism that was evident throughout Weapons. And after researching all of that, and after coming home from the cinema a few hours later and collecting my thoughts, I think this movie is genuinely very masterfully done. Now, I know everyone's not going to agree. I know everyone's not going to see that eye to eye. And maybe some people don't want a movie where you have to take it away and think about it and watch explained videos, which I can understand. Sometimes people just want a movie, go in, tell them the story, maybe give them little bits and pieces to think about, and that's it, right? They have a great time. This one is definitely more complex than what Barbarian is. And I actually really like that because it showcases the storytelling that Zach Cregger has in his arsenal to work with in terms of making more movies. So to go into the positives immediately, the acting is top-notch from everyone involved. Now, is there any Academy Award winning performances? No. I've seen all these actors in better projects, but everyone still gives a solid performance where their characters are believable. And because of that and the script writing, there was many times me and my wife in the cinema was like, oh no, don't do that, or oh no, why did you do this? Or sometimes this one scene where there's some sickening foods being made, the sound effects added to that was kind of harrowing at times. I was like, oh god, I actually kind of cringed a little bit. I was like, oh no. And if you can do that in the acting and you can sell that with the illusion where those maybe sound effects, special effects weren't present at that time, then that I guess goes as a testament to the actors themselves. In terms of the music, I think by Zach Cregger and the Hallidays, I think they actually do a really good job. Now, the music isn't anything to rave home about, but it fits the scenes. It tonally matches what the Weapons is going for with this mystique and this tension, creepy filled moments, which also goes into my positives. There was genuine moments I was like, I'm a bit creeped out by this. And there was one character, Amy Madigan, who plays Gladys. Yeah, her character got under my skin just a little bit. And for that to happen, especially in the modern times where a lot of people are a little bit freaked out by, say, Art the Clown, I think for the fact that they have a character like this who is a human, being able to do that and not some kind of sadistic clown, I felt was pretty darn effective. And I love the fact that it did have genuine tension, genuine creepy moments, but also some humor towards the end where I just found myself really chuckling. Maybe that wasn't the purpose, or maybe some of it was sprinkled in just to have a bit of relief of this mystery you've been watching for the last 2 hours. But I still enjoyed it nonetheless. Cinematography is also done really well, whether it's long takes, whether it is the dolly shots, whether it is just following characters around, so you get that moment of being like, right, you're one step ahead of these characters and you're seeing what's coming, especially in a scene in a supermarket in particular. I was like, oh, you just wait till that woman gets to you right now, because, you know, it's about to hit the fan. So in terms of the cinematography, there's definitely some hearkening, foreshadowing, but there's also elements where it pays homage to what come before this, which is Barbarian. There was many shots, many angles, and especially like some corridor hallway scenes. I was like, yeah, that's Barbarian right there. I was like, Zach Cregger, my man, you keep that shit up, because I love Barbarian. So I was all in for it. And I've just got so many positives to talk about, because even the messaging of this movie, which again, I did look up on some explained videos and some on Google, which gives me even more of an appreciation for weapons, I found that it has a lot to say. Now, one thing I will add to that in terms of a negative, because right now I've been raving this movie up and you guys are probably thinking, well, you know, like, what is wrong with weapons then? So I do think some of the messaging is more important and will land with people from other countries. Now, specifically, I will mention this, maybe more so America. And again, I'm being very vague, but I feel as if in America, there is a big presence of events that happen way too often involving schools. That's all I'll say. Whereas here in the UK, we don't get that. So we don't have the receiving end of that, or seeing news articles, news videos, it's all over social media and anything. We don't get that here as such. So because of that, I feel as if, not saying that UK audiences can't take away the messaging as maybe more symbolism in terms of for in the States and other countries, but it's just something that's not prevalent here in the UK. So I do feel as if that could maybe be not so much grasped by a UK audience to an extent. Now, I also do think that, as I mentioned, I did look up an explained video. I did look up to get a bit more of the symmetry and the symbolism. That for me, I personally don't mind, because I like learning more about the movie. But again, I know that's not going to be for everyone. Some people don't maybe want to do that. They want to be explained and told, okay, this is how this ends. We don't have more questions. But the good thing about that for me is this movie left me thinking. I want to explore this more. I wanted to know the, like, you know, the nuts and the crannies into weapons and the overall big arc and story. And because I did, personally, I actually can't wait to check this one out again. I'm genuinely really excited. And as soon as the Steelbook goes up for pre-order, I'm going to be adding it to the physical media collection. So my overall score for weapons, I'll be between right now, between like a 3.5 and a 4 star, but just for the sake of this review, I'm going to go with 4 stars out of 5. However, Barbarian for me, I've seen it 4 times, and that is a 5 for me, which is very rare. I don't often give 5-star reviews. So this one isn't as good as Barbarian for me, but I do think on more rewatches, it can maybe certainly start to climb up there that little bit. But have you seen Weapons? Are you going to check it out? Hey, let me know down below in the comment section so we can continue the discussion down there. Also, in the meantime, if you haven't seen these videos of mine, which includes why I love Barbarian, and hey, just my original review for Barbarian, yeah, click over here, have a bit of a deep dive. Till the next time that I see you guys, I'll be seeing you later.